Hey, we're out here today just taking a little walk through Rogers Farm Park. This is a new park and trail that has been set up on the south side of Bloomington. And I'm here with my husband, Jay, and we are going to tell you about the housing in this part of town and show you all the different trails and how close they are to nature. My name is Wendy. I'm with Living in Bloomington, and we like to showcase all the different areas of town and the housing around Bloomington. So this area, it looks really wooded here, and it's surrounded by neighborhoods. You just can't see it because of the trees. Now, if you look up in here, you can see a house right there. That is Bentley Court. And that area, well, you can see a little more here, but these houses are like right overlooking the trail and this old farm here. So that's kind of fun. But this is, I believe, a 1.25 mile loop. So you can see some of the houses here in Bentley Court. And this is just a small neighborhood. This is one of the only places in Bloomington where they have wood shake shingle roofs, and that is, you have to put that on. So whether you do the old wood shake, I think you can probably do the new manufactured shingle that looks like a shake, but you can see that this path right here goes right up into the neighborhood, and they have a little basketball court here. And it is right on the path as you are going around this place. So this is pretty cool. Bloomington's got a lot of trails around, and this is on the southeast side of town. So we'll talk about some of the different areas and where we're going to go. This is our first time actually in this park. We haven't been here. They just put it in about a year ago, and we have not taken the time to check this out. So this is really kind of a cool area.
Yeah, this is, what more can you want to have this kind of feature in your backyard, especially the surrounding neighborhood? That Bentley Court's nice. There's a lot of Cape Cod type architecture in there, of course with vinyl siding, but still different architecture. This park is a little bit more natural than some of the city parks, but it's definitely represent the Bloomington vibe for having parks and recreation and trails throughout the city, around all the nice neighborhoods.
So they've got like 4 of these metal and wood. They actually look like a chimney. What are they? They are 4 bats. Well, that's kind of cool. I would have never known that. They give you a whole little thing here about the bats, which eat the insects, of course. And let's go further down the trail and see what neighborhoods are back here. Okay, so you can see some houses through the trees here, and we are a little bit further down, but this is Sherwood Oaks back here. And Sherwood Oaks is, the neighborhood was built in between the 70s through the 90s, I'd say. It's on the south side of town. And who lives in Sherwood Oaks? Just kind of a mixture of college staff and families, as well as retirees.
Young professionals.
Young professionals. It's a slightly, because the houses are older, it's a slightly less expensive place to live because of the older housing. So
I mean, this is typical of the lifestyle that Bloomington offers to these nearby neighborhoods and overall central Bloomington in general. There's these places that you can go to relax, walk, features nature. It's really a nice feature of this city and the surrounding neighborhoods.
It really is. I'm actually kind of shocked how far back here it goes, and that we haven't been here before. So this was good. So as we're coming out on this loop here, it's taking us right into Sherwood Oaks Park. And if you didn't know Sherwood Oaks had a park, it does. And it's connectable right from the Sherwood Oaks neighborhood. So Sherwood Oaks has got houses and condos. There's apartments close by, but it is all on the south side of town. And you can see they've got a basketball court here and children's play equipment. You can also park here. We also parked up at the top of the trailhead.
Little nature preserve there, where they're trying to keep nature included in all of the development. Kind of typical Bloomington.
That's very cool.
You know, one of the things also is that this park, Rogers Farm Park, has parking area. So some of the neighboring neighborhoods that may not be adjacent to the paths and that, you can drive down there, and it's very convenient. There's a jogger. Very convenient to the nearby neighborhoods.
But this is the point here where Bloomington's trying to put trails in so you get right into nature, that you don't have to go a long way to get to nature. You can just get out of your house, not go too far, and get right on a trail. So this is kind of nice. This trail connects to some, well, they're working on connecting it to the Renwick Trail and Upsere Road. So we'll see what they do. But they've got tennis and pickleball here. So that's kind of nice. But you can see the road goes right into Sherwood Oaks. Morning. So I think we're going to take this little spur and it's going to go right into Alcott Park, which is kind of nice. And it goes right over Jackson Creek. You can see how peaceful that is. Really, and I have not seen any type of trash or unhoused people here. It's kind of tucked away. Now the trailhead at the top, right off of Winslow Road, has really limited parking. I would say there was probably 6, 7 spaces for cars, and then an additional 5 or 6 spaces for handicap. So they're very aware of handicap here, and they want to make it accessible for everybody. Morning. So this is nice too. They've got, it looks like solar lighting here to keep the path lit in the evening. I had no idea it was so wooded back here. Now the houses that you see over there are still part of Sherwood Oaks. So as we're coming up here on the Jackson Creek Trail, we are in Alcott Park. You can see all the parking that there is, and again, a children's play area over here. But Alcott Park is on, again, the southeast side of town, and the neighborhoods that are around it are the Stands. There's Oaklawn Park. There's different areas here. They have an actual like football practice. Oh, that is the practice football field for Jackson Creek Middle School, is what that is, or their football field. So that's kind of cool. But you can see all that. So there's a lot over here by Jackson Creek Middle School, several different neighborhoods. So the Stands are newer homes built in the 80s, 90s, early 2000s, I'd say. And they border around this park, moving forward from there. But you can see that all these parks are connecting. It's hard to believe that it's so quiet and peaceful out here, and you're just right in town, really. Here's some of these houses that we saw earlier from up top. So I'm trying to figure out if this actually loops around or it dead ends. So this is really nice. So this goes all the way down to Roar Road. I didn't realize that. So it doesn't really loop around, but it goes from Winslow all the way down. There's an offshoot. There's an offshoot to Alcott Farm or Alcott Park, and then it goes all the way down to Roar. But check out this nature right in here. Little creek. We're part of the Jackson Creek area. Little area they've made for sitting and looking out over the creek. And how gorgeous is that? I mean, this is right in town. Nature unspoiled. So this goes in a big, well, you can go all the way from Winslow to Roar Road, and then it goes in a loop right from the Alcott Park spur there. So this is really great. I can't say enough about how much I love it being right in town, and the trail's predominantly flat, which is nice. It borders Jackson Creek, and you've got a lot of different neighborhoods out here. If you are looking to move to Bloomington and need some help with buying or selling your home, please give us a call. I'll put my information below. And I'm glad to walk with you on this new Rogers Farm Park / Jackson Creek Trail.